Welcome everybody to my first official match review of the 2025-26 season. And what a way to end preseason for Barcelona. 5-0 against Como in the Joan Gamper trophy. The biggest trophy in the world, in my opinion. I'm just kidding. But obviously, it was great to see the team out there put such a lovely performance. Before the match, the players did get presented, with their squad numbers. Flick and Ter Stegen gave some speeches, really good speeches, and there was good vibes in the crowd, especially with Ter Stegen. We were wondering how they were going to receive him, and despite everything we say about him, it was good to see that the crowd at least, trying to give good vibes no matter what's happening to the team. So it was really great to see that. But then getting into the match, I would say the first, 20 or so minutes, the team was kind of, it wasn't the worst performance. It was kind of meh, some good things here and there, but the team was kind of struggling to like click together, get their passes going, their build up and everything, the press. But then after that, it was just no looking back, especially for me today. The Fermin show, he was just absolutely incredible stuff from him. 2 goals and assists today. At the Harvey, he scored the first goal, makes a great interception, outside the box and shoots in with his weak foot. Really good stuff into the bottom right corner. And then a little bit after, a couple players were cooking. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Fermin with the second goal, outside the box again. There's a little bit of a mess inside the box, shots going off, but he just curves it absolutely beautifully into the top left corner. Goalkeeper can't save it. He's just stood still. Just absolutely beautiful stuff from him. Third goal as well. Again, he was at the heart of it. Rashford picks it up from deep, plays the ball out wide. Fermin plays a lovely. Was it Fermin? Yeah, Fermin plays a lovely pass to Rashford. He makes a beautiful run. Really in transition. I think he just can do that. Whether it be in transition or just making runs in general, that's where he's gonna be best at. I think he makes a beautiful run, then cuts it back to Rafinha. Easy tap him for him. Fourth goal, same thing. Rafinha. This whole game, I'm not going to go over too much of what the players did. The players that have already been here for, we saw last season, all that. We're already used to what they do. Rafinha, pressing machine, makes the defender make a mistake. Not sure if it was a foul or not. It kind of, like, on the replay, it didn't look like a foul. It looked like he got the ball, but beforehand, it looked like he did trip the defender. Either way, presses really well. Referee's not going to go too crazy considering, it's a preseason match and it's Barca's, friendly. So, he presses the defender, makes him make a mistake, gets it to Lamine, easy tap him as well. Really, good goal. Nothing crazy. But at the end, at halftime, it should have been 5. Lamine plays a good pass to Rashford. Beautiful pass as well, by the way. Lamine today was just cooking. You gotta feel bad for Alex Valle, a former Barca player, just getting rinsed by him the whole time. I mean, there's not much you can do. It's Lamine, so it is what it is. But Rashford skips past the goalkeeper, gets past another defender, and he really should have scored, but he misses an open goal. Really tough stuff. I'm going to pretend like it didn't happen, that I'm just blind, and that never happened. So obviously, great stuff. 4-0. After halftime, Ferran and Koundé did come on for Rashford and Eric. Pretty tough for Rashford. I feel like, maybe he should have got, more minutes leading up into the season. But I guess because, now Lewandowski is apparently out for a few weeks. He is getting older. I think Flick does want to give equal time to Ferran and Rashford up at striker. So, he did come off. And then, a few minutes after halftime, the second half started. Lamine does an absolutely beautiful goal. Incredible stuff from him. Ferran Torres gives him the assist, and it's just a lovely curved first time shot into the bottom left corner. Just really good, and he deserved that goal because he was just cooking the whole time. So it was nice to see Ferran. And who else? There was someone else that missed. Ferran did end up missing kind of like an open goal pretty badly as well. Very humble from him to join Rashford in that, so he doesn't get criticized as bad. But I think it was him and someone else that missed, like, kind of. Oh yeah, Yamal had a shot later on in the game that was not too great. So shooting, not too crazy. Besides the 5 goals, but it was good to see. Araujo, I think we do give him a lot of criticism. I think he did have a good game today. Pretty solid. I think made some great recovery tackles. The ball playing, we don't expect nothing crazy from him, but it is nice to see at least he's trying. And I think Araujo this season, because he's probably not going to leave. So this season, especially since Inigo is now gone, I think it would be a pretty big season for him to really showcase like why he should stay here. And I think Araujo does have the capabilities for it, but he really just has to cut out, in big games, the mistakes he makes. But if he's just able to play like he did today, keeping that high line where we were giving so many, Como was getting so many offsides, he's able to keep that high line and, cut out the mistakes and put in some really big game performances. I have no doubt he can be one of the best defenders in the world, but we shall see. It's a very long season, so who knows what's going to happen. And not really much else happened. Barca still kept playing good. Other players were able to get minutes. There was some good plays here and there. Obviously the passing is just beautiful to see from the team. Uh, the kids at the end, Rooney, Tony Fernandez, Joe, and a couple others were able to get minutes at the end. So it is good to see that. Who else? Joan Garcia, I think he had a good game. Didn't have to do too much, but it was nice, to see, his ball playing, some of the saves he made, the sweeping he does. I really think he, is so nice that we signed him, and I really think that he will be one of, if not the best goalkeeper this season. I'm just hoping the best for him and that he could keep it up and really, really, be great for us because, we've been crying out for a goalkeeper for so long, and I feel like with him, I think he's the piece we need. Who else? I would say, it is a question I do have for, what they're going to do with, the youngsters Flick is going to do. Rooney definitely, is going to be a backup to Yamal, so he's going to get a lot of play time this season, I believe. I do wonder what's going to happen with Tony and Joe. I think definitely they will get play time. I think Fermin should start over Olmo this season. I don't think Olmo really, in the entire preseason, really shown, why he should be, starting. He didn't play today, because I think he had like some discomfort or muscle fatigue, whatever it was. But, I think Fermin just showcased today, especially, why you should be starting. But, yeah, there's not really much else I want to say. It was a good end to the preseason. It was a good preseason overall. I think, we won all our matches. We did really well. All the players that we wanted to see, some good youngsters as well. So, that was great. I will say the defense. Kobarsi had a really good game today. Pedri, De Jong, obviously. But yeah, not much else I have to say about the match. I'm just hoping that this season can be another historic one like it was last season, and that we can really do well, especially in the Champions League, and finally bring it home this year. But yeah, my first official match review of the year, of the season, I should say. Hoping that this could be a really good one, for the channel as well, and my endless yapping. But we shall see. Hopefully, all goes good. I hope you guys enjoyed the match review. Let me know what you guys thought about, the match today and just the entire preseason in general. And I'll catch you soon for the first match review of the La Liga season in about, I think, yeah, it looks like a week. So I'll see you guys next time. And as always, Visca el Barça.